What's up, guys? Today we're going to talk about a subject that a lot of salespeople really suffer from. And some of you are going to, if you're sitting down right now, you're going to say, holy cow, Jerry, that's getting a little tough. And some of you are standing up, you're probably going to need to sit down. So what is that? It is about being a wimp. Yes, being a wimp when it comes to the sales side of the business. And you say, whoa, what are you talking about? Well, here's something I see a lot of, okay? You realize that, especially in the real estate side of the business, we are constantly dealing with people that are going through a tremendous amount of stress in their life, are going through an emotional roller coaster a lot of times. They're going from one end to another. They got family that's taking advantage of them. They got people that, tenants are renting properties that are trashing them. You name it. Banks that are in the process of potentially foreclosing on them. All these things, okay? Just a massive amount of headache going on things. Well, those people are going to take some of this out on you. And then you're coming in, guys, as a complete stranger, and you're coming in and try to work with them, and then you're going to really try to come in and create a solution for them. And part of that solution is going to be, giving them a number for their property that is not sometimes the number they want to hear. It's like, whoa. And all of a sudden they're in a position where they can get very angry very quick, or they can get very offended on this. So guys, as you learn a sales process, you understand how to counter these things and to come from empathy, be very apologetic about this stuff too. But at the same time, guys, I want you to remember this. This is where I see people really get in trouble in this. So what happens is they use these other tactical things I was just talking about, empathy and everything else. But sometimes too, guys, you have to get firm with somebody, and you have to give tough love to a seller that you're working with or a buyer that you're working with. You got to be able to do that. If not, a lot of times they'll walk all over you. And if you allow that to happen, you'll always end up overpaying for a deal. You'll always be in a position where you're going to get the bad end of the deal. Remember, creating, it's about helping them create a solution, but at the same time, you can't create a solution where it creates a big problem for you. So you cannot be a wimp about this. You cannot be a wimp. You can't be in a position where you are afraid to go in and tell them like it is, tell them the results of the property. You can't be afraid to tell them the number, okay, that really where they need to be at. You have to be able to do, look, if you're not doing that, you're really doing them a disservice. And that's something that you have to realize. I see a lot of people struggle with it. If you're not doing that, you're actually putting them in a worse position. They're in a worse position versus you just tell them the truth and letting them know that their property is basically, in a nice way, a piece of junk, and this is where it needs to be. It's not about them. You're not going against them. It's about the property, and that's where you have to approach it. So you can't be a wimp to do that, guys. And I see people that do this, and they're afraid on this. And you have to realize that, if you're going to be controlled by that fear of working with a seller like that, you're not going to be able to do this business. And it's just flat out, okay? But it's going to constantly control you. But when you can get in the position where you can start looking at this and say, okay, look, I've got the situation here. I'm using a sales process. I'm using empathy. I'm coming in and I'm showing the evidence of why the property needs to be in this price range. Then you're going to be in the position where you're going to come in with that confidence, and the people are going to trust you, and you're going to be able to work with them a lot more, because you have to come in is so confident on things. And that's a big part of this. The confidence is a big critical component. Whether you have all the experience or not, it doesn't matter. Come in with confidence, because confidence allows you to overcome that wimpiness. Because if you act like a wimp, sellers are going to be able to pick that up, and they're going to walk all over you guys every single time. And the same way with a buyer. If you have a buyer and they know you're a wimp, they're going to push you. and they're going to push you hard, especially if it's somebody that knows the business and works as another investor. Okay, so don't be a wimp when you're working the sales side of things. Otherwise, it will consume you, it'll affect your sales, and really, you guys, it'll put you out of the business. So that's how important it is. So, as I said, be strong about it, come in with confidence, and the only way you can become more confident is doing it over and over again. Think about that. It's just like I was talking about with people typing. Okay, I'm bad at typing, but somebody who's really good on typing, they don't have to look at all the keys. They just type. How did that get that way? It comes from repetition, which then turn around and lace that with an emotion, and that emotion is confidence, and that's how you do this too. That's how you get over this thing of being a wimp. Don't be a wimp. Be a salesperson that is strong, confident, and you'll win more deals, whether with buyers or sellers. Appreciate it, guys. Comment down below if you enjoyed this message. Also, subscribe to my channel. I'll catch you on the next video.
My video editor is gonna be like, what the hell are they talking about?